Assassin's Creed is one of those series that every time they release a game, you just know it's going to be talked about for Game of the Year.
And we have no idea why.
Not recently. Maybe 15 years ago that was true. But nowadays, it's average is like pushing it to me. But they released a new one, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There's not a lot to play on PS5 right now, so let's review it. You probably know what it is, but just in case, why don't you give us a little, what is Assassin's Creed?
Well, just like the title says, Assassin's Creed used to be a badass assassin game. Until recently. They fucked that all up. They might as well change the name to Crazy Viking Beer Drinking Game. You're not an assassin no more. Even in the story play, when they gave what's his name, gave Avar the assassin's blade, she's like, I don't want to hide this.
That's true. She put it on the outside.
Yeah. She don't want to assassinate nobody. She wants to kick your teeth in. Which, I mean, Assassin's Creed used to be an awesome game. The last couple of years, it's got very watered down. I think they want to be the new EA. They want to put out a game every year and just, they know we're going to buy it because it's a AAA game. And it's got the Assassin's Creed logo so they can make millions of dollars off of it.
That's not at all where I thought you were going to go with any of this. But I legitimately am sitting here and I'm like, you are completely telling the truth.
I know I am.
It does. It feels like basically Assassin's Creed Madden, where it comes out every year with just a little bit of change in the same gameplay.
Yeah.
And it's like a watered down Witcher, honestly, is what it feels like lately.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's basically the review right there. No, let's dive into some specifics. There are some good things about this game. It sounds like we're just going to completely bash it, but there are some good things about this game. And
I'm going to bash it.
Yeah, I can tell already. But let's hop into some individual aspects of the game and talk about it. And I want to start with the positives first because you did kind of just bash it quite heavy there at the beginning. So the first thing I want to talk about is graphics. And the game actually does look beautiful.
What game doesn't?
That's a good point, but I mean, man, I was playing it on the PS5 and it was beautiful. So much that I hopped in photo mode and was posting on Instagram like I'm some kind of freaking Viking model, right?
It's the first game you played on PS5. Of course it's gonna look good.
Demon Souls was. I posted that on Instagram too because wow. Anyway, graphics, I mean, we don't have to spend a lot of time here. Graphics, when it's not glitching out, looks really amazing. Everything looks great. Like when you're in the snow areas, looks amazing. When you move on to England, all that area looks great.
It did look really good.
Graphics look really good.
I will concede that one. It was a very good looking game. What else you got?
Music was really good. I mean, it fits the premise of the game, and I mean, it's not like I'm going to go out and buy the soundtrack, but it's good music, and it fits. It's fun. I liked it.
Hold on. You're a guy that buys soundtracks.
Yeah.
But you're not going to buy this one.
No, but I buy like outstanding soundtracks. I'm not gonna go buy every time I'm like, that's a decent song. No, if they got a couple decent songs, I'm gonna listen to it on YouTube.
So it was like,
Yeah, it was above average.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Unfortunately, however, I made a list of pros and cons right before we started making this video, and those are the only two pros I could come up with. So I will let you talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about now.
It's your list. What's next?
Next on my list, we start getting negative.
All right, let's go. I'm ready.
And most of this can be all tied into the same thing.
Yeah.
Story, characters, voice acting.
Yeah.
All three of those, we don't need to spend a lot of time on it because like story was like, Characters were, what's that word I'm looking for? Voice acting, it was hit or miss or whatever.
Yeah.
But out of the three things I just mentioned, like the story and the characters, like the story was very character driven. So you got to kind of tie those in. The problem was the characters, like I didn't care about them. Like they didn't do a great job of making me care about the main character or the main character's foster brother or the king that
sent
me away. Like I didn't care about any of that. And then we get to this new area. Like we're not going to spoil anything. This is only, right after the tutorial. Basically all you do is like, let's make an ally here, let's make an ally here, let's make an ally here. And it's just a gameplay loop that's not that fun.
No.
It's like, go do some side quests for this little town and then they'll be on my side, which is fine, except for all the side quests sucked.
Yeah, they did.
Like it was just a bunch of fetch quests and...
They sucked because the voice acting was bad.
Yeah,
and the story was terrible. So it was like, there was nothing to really pull you in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like the very first one, I meet another town and stuff, and I go up to their leader, and I have 2 sentences with her.
Very cookie cutter.
Yeah, it was cookie cutter. But like, I'm having 2 sentences with her, and then she's like,
I will die for you.
yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. She's like, I've got a traitor in my midst, help me find it. How you know I'm a Viking? How do you not know I'm here to just bash your head in? Like, awful trustworthy. I don't know how you made fucking leader of this town. But anyway, characters, story, all that, not so hot. Let's actually move on to gameplay. And this is where it gets worse for me.
Yes.
The gameplay, let's just break it down to just combat. Let's just talk about combat.
Terrible.
It's boring, easy, not fun. It's anytime they do a light up attack, just dodge. And then swing at them a few hundred times and then dodge again.
What I didn't like about the combat was, okay, so you're raiding a village.
Yeah.
You got 12 people in a boat. Go for a raid. Or you do it solo. You can do it by yourself.
Yeah, you can do it completely by yourself.
By yourself, you're raiding a village of 10,000 people, right? They got 1,000 soldiers, an army that you're taking on by yourself. But they will sit there
and line up to die.
They will have you surrounded. Yeah. And they'll line up to die. Like this one will come attack you, you parry or dodge, kill him. Then this one take his turn, and then this guy. It's like, why don't you just rush me? You make it challenging or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I understand throwing a bunch of like little enemies at you to make you feel awesome, and then you have boss fights and stuff. That's great. Like,
the boss fights were just beefed up versions of the regular dudes.
Yeah, and it was the same thing: dodge, hit, dodge, hit. And another thing with the combat is, like, for instance, the older Assassin's Creeds. Like, you could go up to the main boss, like, in an area that you're supposed to assassinate. And if you sneak up behind him, it doesn't matter, you know, how strong he is or whatever. You sneak up behind him, assassinate. I was traveling through this endless, vastless, boring landscape, and I come across a zealot. And he's like power level 90, and I'm like power level 25. That's pretty early in the game. I fight him for 15 minutes. He never hits me because of this boring, easy combat. And I just keep dodging. And I get him down to 96% health after I've hit him 470 times. It's too like stat based. Like, I've got this big axe and I'm hitting this dude in the face 300 times. He hits me once finally and kills me. I'm like, well, that was freaking pointless. Like, I mean, I understand you want some like harder, like higher level enemies and stuff like that, but like the way they did it was just like
terrible.
Yeah.
No imagination.
No, none. It was like,
I do blame this a little on Dark Souls, because Dark Souls the games in general were good, but the bosses were amazing. Mm-hmm. And the just fighting in. So I think I'm spoiled. Like now I compare.
I get what you're saying. You're spoiled by Dark Souls.
Yeah, I compare every combat or any fight, any boss battle to Dark Souls, and no one's ever going to top that.
Well, you could compare this to Mario 64 and it would still be shit. But anyway, so like, it was in like the leveling up RPG system. It was just like anytime you leveled up, add 4 to your damage. It's just numbers, like meaningless numbers. There's not really cool leveling up. The only cool things you could get is you could go out in the world and you could find new moves, and those were kind of cool. Yeah. But 95% of what you found in this world that was boring, by the way, in my opinion, is just a bunch of empty, was just dumb stuff that didn't matter.
No, yeah.
I know I just went on a rant about like basically everything I disliked, but
he's not done yet.
Yeah, surprisingly, there's microtransactions, and I don't like microtransactions usually ever. I mean, there are exceptions. There are exceptions.
An outlier or two here and there.
Yeah. I love Overwatch's way of doing it with like, it's just cosmetic. It doesn't make any difference, that kind of stuff. But when you can get like armor that you can't get in the game, and it's better than what you can get in the game, and the only way to get it is to spend money, dumb.
Yeah, and that's a new one every week.
Yeah, and there's not a lot more to add to that. That's just dumb. Sorry, Ubisoft, dumb.
Come back next year when we do Assassin's Creed 2022.
with a roster update. That's basically all it's going to be. They'll just stick you in a different... Oh, we didn't even talk about the fact that it's supposed to tie into the overarching Assassin's Creed storyline that I still don't have no idea what the hell's going on. So convoluted and dumb. Anyway, let's wrap it up. I'm Zach. This is Randy. We've been Amateur Game Review. If you liked us, be a friend, tell a friend. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep up to date with everything we do. I will leave a link down below in the description of all of our social media. Yeah, Twitter, Instagram. I do stream sometimes. We've been streaming a lot of Warzone, which, completely different game. Randy's terrible. But if you would like to see that, hey, stop by. Spend some time with us. We're just a couple wild and crazy guys.
We're just lonely.
That's weird. Anyway, guys, until next time.